Those of you watching who aren't a personal friend, you may be saying to yourself, man, he doesn't look near as good without his chest ball cap on. There's a very specific reason why I did not start this week's podcast with my chest ball cap on. And I'm going to let the suspense build before I tell you that reason. I'm going to tell a little story to kick things off first while you think about it. Gotta be a little bit quieter. My dog's waking up from her nap. The story. The summer before my first grade year, I was anxious, was insecure. What if no one saves me a spot to sit with them at lunch? I'm that guy all by himself. What if the other first graders gang up on me in dodgeball? I could take them one-on-one, all of them. I can't beat them all. Not by myself. There's no nap time in first grade. I loved nap time in kindergarten. Had my own mat and everything. Not in first grade, though. It's like an early introduction to the real world before the real introduction to the real world as an adult. But fortunately, my first grade teacher was awesome. And that first grade teacher also happened to be my very own aunt. My aunt loved and cared about the well-being and educational journey of all the students she taught, but I was special. My aunt spent a lot of time, even outside of school hours, helping me learn to better comprehend what I was reading and also retain what I was reading better. The result of all my aunt's investment into my educational journey at such a young age, at the end of my first grade year, I was the top reader in the entire first grade. Wow. When you hit the peak of your success at 6 years old, you ain't got a lot to look forward to. But I was there. I was at the top of the mountain at 6 years old with a certification that said, I read real good. And that's because of my aunt. She's awesome. And I hate that my aunt and teachers all across America get paid a fraction. Sorry, Nova. Probably woke her up. Get paid a fraction of what most CEOs and many politicians make, which they make millions and billions. And some of them, not all of them, don't quote me and take my words out of context. Some of those CEOs and politicians don't do much compared to teachers. Also, entertainers like Bo Burnham, for example, multimillionaire. He's the guy that sings songs and plays piano. He's really impressive, though. And Bo's a visionary in his own right. But he don't need to be making millions of dollars more than people like my aunt. And I love Bo. I'm a big Bo fan. But our system's messed up. all the talent is going to shift away from teaching. And who's going to teach the future leaders of America? Probably a robot. I could complain. If I thought someone would listen, I would drive to DC right now, and I would beat on every government building's walls and yell and hold signs and throw beer cans. I don't drink beer, but that way they'd be full. So when they hit the walls of those government offices, there'd be a much better chance of a full beer can getting someone's attention to come listen to me, man. But again, no one's going to. So all I can do is continue to advocate for how important teachers are and not go back to school and get an MBA or become a teacher myself, because I don't love that Bo makes a lot more than my aunt, but you know, what Bo does for a living looks like a lot more fun to me than teaching personally. So we're going to kick this week's podcast off with a little bit of Shania Twain. Man, Shania's talented. Shania's so talented. I don't even feel comfortable singing her song. So I'll probably just jump in at the chorus, and I doubt I'll be able to resist when it comes to the bridge, because I just love the bridge in this song. I'm sitting down because I have to chase my dog around in the backyard and round her up anytime I want her to come in. She doesn't listen. I'm saving what little energy I have for the most important part of this podcast, which is me kicking someone's ass in chess. Don't get aggravated, Shania. Find someone better, Shania. You don't deserve a third degree. All right, here we go. Don't be stupid. You know I love you. Don't be upset. About you. Without you. Crazy about stupid. Here we go. You should leave this guy, Shania. He doesn't trust you at all. Know the facts. Relax. Don't be stupid. No, I love you. Don't be ridiculous. No, I need you. Don't be upset. No, I be impossible. And about you. Without you. You can find someone better, Shania. I promise. You're awesome. Don't be stupid. Get out of that bad relationship tonight. A very close and trusted friend slash advisor informed me that copyright infringements are a real thing, and just informed me to be a little bit more careful. And that friend was one of the main reasons I got into music, and so I listened. I spent several hours over the weekend checking into copyright laws and how YouTube handles copyright disputes in terms of me using other people's music. Best I could tell is the worst that can happen with me playing like Shania's song on my podcast is any money from advertisements that my videos generate would just go to whoever owns that copyrighted material. Again, joke's on them, because I got to have 1,000 subscribers before I get any money anyway. So I'm kind of looking for a real job. It's really hard to prepare. I didn't have as much time to prepare this week. Broke. But I do plan to have 1,000 subscribers one day, and that will bring up a dilemma about playing other people's music, because then I can actually make some money, and I like money. I've come up with 2 options just off the top of my head on what I could do when I can no longer play other people's music because it's copyrighted. The first option is to write and sing my own music. That's a lot of time. So the second option to overcome the issue of me playing people's copyrighted music is, by the time I have 1,000 subscribers, I hope I'm skilled enough at chess where I can throw these instruments out the window, because I love chess way more. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right, before we get started, I told you to think about why I'm not wearing my chess ball cap. No way you would have guessed it. Don't lie. So I didn't start off wearing my chess ball cap. I'm going to tell you a story to explain. My previous job, when we went remote, I developed very specific routines to mentally switch between serious work dating and let's party. Now that I've become so in love with chess, sometimes my emotions get the better of me, and I have to use those same transition tips I use to cope with remote work so that I can still be a good, kind, loving dog dad to my puppy, Nova. I'm gonna go wake her up right now. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so right now, hats off. I'm dog dad right now, okay? Be right, 1 second. Don't go anywhere. If you do, just be back in like 20 seconds. You know, Clark, come back. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, oh, this way, baby. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're so good, baby. See? See, right now I'm dog dad mode. Hey, no, the world's a perfect, happy place. Nobody ever is mean to anyone. It's unselfish. There's no racial injustice. And everybody loves everybody. Great job. It's a perfect, happy place, babe. Yeah. All right. love you, Dad's so happy. Oh. There's no bad. You're in it, and you're an angel. Like you make it feel like a story. Let me go. Yeah. Hey. Anyone tries to screw with your backyard, man? Screw with them right back. Hey, but not in a mean way, because the world's happy. The world's all sunshine and rainbows, no? Maybe some water. Okay, I'll go play about an hour, okay? I got a big massive chest. So as you just saw, that's me being dog dad. No chest ball cap when I'm dog dad. Because the world's happy when I'm dog dad. Because I want Nova to be happy. So that means I have to be happy. And just like my remote work routines, I'll flip a switch, baby. Not even the same person. I was reborn. I don't care if this next enemy is as kind as Ellen DeGeneres and Tim Tebow combined. I will humiliate him, and then I will go to sleep like a baby with a higher player rating. See? And then I can just, Nova, see? Let's play some chess. That's what the ball cap does for me. All right. I don't know if y'all heard me. What am I doing? Why would you buy this microphone stand for the table and then bring your standing microphone stand to the table? Hey, don't let that lack of focus carry over the game. Okay, get out of here, iPad. You don't need you until I win this game. Okay. All right, now that we are completely out of dog mode, if I didn't love Nova so much, I would say I forgot I even have a dog right now because I'm so focused on this next game. Man, I love Nova so much. I'll take the hat off anytime for her. Unless I'm playing Magnus. Then even Nova's going to be a daycare for that one. I can't have any distractions. He's really good at chess. And I think he could probably beat me in like 7 moves. Not even, Magnus wouldn't beat me in 7 moves just because I could play defense for 7 moves against anyone. I just hand him my king. If I sat there and had to stare at that intimidation and talent for 7 moves, take it. And get the hell out of my chess studio. That's why I'm going to get a little better every day. I don't want to play scared. It's one of the best feelings in life. Taking everything that you're scared of, everything you don't like about yourself, and then rolling the dice, baby. And rolling 7s. I'm feeling lucky. All right. And I don't need luck, but I'm feeling lucky anyway. So then that just makes it even worse on this next enemy. Okay. Again, I'm gonna try to limit the talking. But COVID can get real lonely. So I'm probably gonna run my mouth. Especially once I put this enemy away during the open. And then I'm just gonna tease him, have a little fun at his expense. you can probably expect pawn in the middle, and then you're going to want to see my knight coming up second. You got to have a little consistency about you, but you also want to have a little bit of inconsistency to keep your friends, viewers, family, whatever guessing. You don't want to be boring. You don't want to be a wild card either. Unless you got Tom Brady quarterbacking you, then I'll take the wild card. Okay, 2 focus points. These are serious focus points this week because I've been playing pretty well lately and I want to keep it up. Focus point number 1. Don't just get lazy and trade pieces in the middle game, man. Use your pawns more. Focus point number 2. Have fun while you kick this enemy's ass. Okay, 20 minutes. Here we go. 11:52, and you are from Spain. Okay, I know a little bit about Spain. Let's see. Hofstede culture. I think that's what it was. Spain. Let's see what they have to say about Spain. I wish I would have known about Spain before. I'm burning clock. All right. Hofstede. I have now used Hofstede's cultural insights more than I have in my entire college career, and I was supposed to know it then. Okay, power distance. Which one's Spain? Spain is blue. Okay. Power distance, so not super controlling. So they might be a little more logical in their decision making. They're not addicted to power. It's where you make emotional decisions. Individualism. I need something on the lower or higher end of the spectrum. I want outliers here to give me some information. Uncertainty avoidance. That's a key one. They don't like uncertainty. Oh, they played the wrong chess. Oh, man. That's all I needed to know. They don't like uncertainty. I'm all about uncertainty. Thank you, Hofstede. No. Man. All right, give me someone else from Spain, please. Shoot. All right, so if I'm going to analyze the country's culture, apparently I've only got 60 seconds to do it. Spain. No, okay, I already know a little bit about Canada. They're really nice. They're just really nice people. And I hate beating them in chess because they're just fantastic to talk to. I have noticed for some reason, and I'm not saying this means anything about Canadians being any less skilled at chess than Americans or Russians or anyone. I just noticed I haven't gotten the privilege to play very many enemies from Canada. Nope, I got to protect that pawn. But I don't want enemy bishop going there. That'd be bad. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Pawn to f3 is going to, 1, prevent enemy bishop from screwing with my g4 square. And it's also, guess what, knight? Yeah, sure. Capture on e4. You'll be down 2 material valuation points, my friend. That's what I thought. But yeah, Canadians, I've seen just a few, like, I think chess.com intentionally, doesn't give you opponents rated super high compared to your own player rating, which is good and bad. But Canada, I don't know if I've ever played someone that was just much higher than me in Canada. So maybe they're just enjoying life instead of sitting on the computer, or maybe chess isn't as big there. I don't know. But I can't control that. So I'm going to focus and shift my attention on destroying this Canadian's dreams, even though I love Canadians and they're great, hardworking people from what I've gathered from personal experience. Okay, so enemy goes there. And there, you can have that square. I don't want it. Okay. We'll set up castle here. I don't know if we're going to use our castle right at this very moment. But if someone's going to come rob your house, it's better to already have your bullet in the chamber and to sit there and fidget with the, man, you got to focus, dude. Okay, if I go there, enemy goes there, and then I'm stuck. Go there. And you got to backtrack your bishop. You can't, it's too early to be doing that stuff. That's okay. You can't lose a bishop. All right, focus. But yeah, like I'm not good with guns, but I own one, and my cousin's really good with guns, so he showed me how to shoot it. And like my cousin, if somebody came to rob him, yeah, he'll lock that. I mean, he'll put some ammo in it. He'll get he could clean his gun and okay. He'd have time to clean his gun. All right, enemy knight takes. My cousin's so good with guns, he could have time to clean his gun, go buy some bullets from the store, go to the shooting range and fire a few shots, and then still be back in time to protect his family from that bad guy trying to rob his home. I'd be dead. I don't know much about guns. That's why I would already have my gun loaded. Okay, enemy goes there. And I got double protection. I got knight and my queen protecting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our castle in. Same with castling. You want to have it ready. And then if for some reason you end up not needing it at that exact time, because you always need to castle. Unless like last week, enemy just does something stupid and hands away his material. But yeah, just like a robbery. Better to have the gun ready. Better to have castle set up. So when you need it, it's there. And it was, and I did it. And now I can focus on my middle game. I'm now an artist. I'm no longer a little, pencil pusher that's just following the book. Open by the book. And now we're here to get an advantage. Okay, so knight's got that covered. Yeah, okay. I'll go there. Then enemy pawn goes there, I can capture. Goes there, he didn't have that protected at this moment. So that's where we're going. I watched just a little bit of the preview of, I don't know if it's Netflix, but I guess Magnus Carlsen has some movie about him or documentary of some sort. And I want to say it was showing like what he sees when he plays chess versus like what me and you might see, which is completely different. And he's seeing like, if you watch The Good Doctor, Dr. Sean Murphy's seeing like all these crazy things that the rest of the world doesn't see. And you're just like, man, he's a little weird. But guess what? He saves a lot of lives in that show. And that's kind of how I would say Magnus is in what I saw of the preview, is he just is seeing like, he's able to like move pieces around in his head, as opposed to me where I'm just trying to keep up. But I'm keeping up, and I'm going to continue to do that. Okay, so knight's got my bishop. It's protected by my knight. So if enemy wants to take my bishop, then I take enemy's knight on f4, and I also get to advance my knight. My knight's not doing a whole lot of good because I've got double coverage on my d4 square with my knight and queen, but only one attacking my d4 square at the moment is enemy bishop. So enemy bishop wants to come there. My queen's going there. My knight's free to capture. Enemy knight capturing my bishop on f4. Let's trade some material. Why not? If I force you out, so go there, and we'll trade anyway. And if you have to backtrack, then I'm gaining control of the center, which I'm a big fan of gaining control over the center. So, yeah, it's obvious. Okay. And then hopefully he'll do something, either move a pawn up or something to capture my G pawn here. I can slide up, clearing a lane for my rook, and kick his ass. Most importantly. Okay, good call. Really, it's just an indifferent call. We're trading pieces. Okay, now what are you going to do? An interesting but beautiful dilemma in the game of life. One second. I gotta figure out what this asshole's trying to do to my d4 square here. So if I go there, then enemy knight could go there, and that would kind of suck for me. I don't want him getting better control. But I also get control of the center, and guess what? He's got double coverage there, and that's going to suck because I don't have that covered. I don't have a good way to cover it either. So we could, if he goes there, now we could go there. And then if he captured my knight, my queen can come up, and the bishop can't get my, yeah, that'd be good. Let's try it. It's not something you really love to hear in chess, but I'm a trial and error type of guy. Okay. Now, that's why that was a bad move. Okay. Fine, whatever. So now we got problems, guys. So now goes there, enemy's going to take enemy knight to my pawn. And this isn't good. But there's worse things. So my options are either that, or I can clear my pawn's path, or my knight out of there. And then if I go there, then enemy takes my pawn. I'm still in bad shape because I can't, man, this is bad. Ugh. So if I go there, now enemy can capture. And now I've got double protection. Yeah, that's what we got to do. I don't love those options, but that's what I'm working with right now. So we're going to do it. Okay. Nope, I'm still screwed. Because I got one, man, I did my math wrong again, man. Okay. So if I go there or there, that clears it. Enemy's going to advance the enemy pawn. But, okay. Now, at least, though, we're protecting this b4 square from enemy knight, gaining better control. And that pawn's not going to want to advance because then any protection is essentially gone once it gets past that d4 square. But anyway, I've been trying to get around this thought. And I got to focus because I do this every week. I don't love playing from behind, though it makes for a better story. I won't argue that. Okay. So now, enemy wants to capture there. Enemy can, because now, oh, that's a good, oh, I'm real proud of this move, guys. And here's why. So enemy knight wants to screw with my bishop. But now what enemy didn't think about is enemy knight's not covering this d4 square. So enemy bishop wants to screw with it. My queen's coming up. Enemy queen wants to backtrack, or enemy knight wants to backtrack there. My knight's coming. Okay, I'd love to go there, but enemy queen's keeping me from doing that. Okay, and you can go there, and I don't have it. Man, he's playing well. He is playing well. So you got to go there or there. If you go there, give you some coverage on that square, but that's already covered by your pawn. If you go there, then he's going to come up and have his choice of which knight of yours he wants to steal, and I don't like people stealing my knights. So that's the call. Okay. Man. So you're gonna go there, and then he got problems. Gosh, what are you doing? There, and then he's taking bishop. Go there, he's freeing his, man. It's brutal. You gotta hope he'll let you steal a rook. You're just gonna lose 2 pieces to win a rook. That's where, like in my first week's video, where you saw me dominate, I believe, another Canadian who was also rated lower than me in many different ways. And at the end, I reiterated, my wins aren't always pretty, but my wins are wins. Save the prettiness for art shows and runways for models. I'm playing chess. Okay. Rook comes up there. Now you want to go there. Let's see. Enemy knight, man. Okay. You want to go there. Enemy knight could backtrack. No, that's not good either. That's not good either. Don't have a lot of good options at all. He's thinking he wants to. Okay, so I got to clear my knight. Don't overthink this, man. Worrying about everything but chess right now. And you know what? Chess is the only thing that matters, so worry about that. Okay. I can clear it. Man. Can't go there, can't go there. I can go. This is bad. I gotta go there. Go there. No, you can't do that. Man. All right. Walk in. It's getting to the point where I might have to just come in and do some commentary after the game, which I'm a live performer, so I don't love doing commentary post game. I like to really do it in the moment, but man, these enemies are getting better. And I actually did switch up my routine. I mentioned plateaus last week, and one thing that I've had to adjust from my younger days, because I don't recover quite as quickly as I used to, is okay, force enemy rook up, and you at least win a pawn there. I like winning pawns. Every little bit counts. Nope, and then enemy knight's got it. Oh no. Good catch though. Takes, queen takes, rook takes. I can't do that. But you rest before you get tired. Kind of like plateaus. My past 2 or 3 plateaus, which have been my only 2 or 3 in chess, I'm new. The plateau has been a result of my failures. I don't like failing. So I'm proactively this time adjusting my training routine before the plateau arrives. I need to steal the knight. We need to trade knights. That queen up there, yeah. No, there's a free. No. Okay. That's a plateau. So I switched up my training routine. If I remember, I'll tell you all about it after this game, because I can't be thinking about training routines while I'm playing. It's the purpose of a training routine. You implement it when you're practicing. Right now I'm on stage, baby. We're performing right now. We're not practicing. Not when the cameras are out. Okay. Okay, now. Okay. There. You gotta say your knight here. Don't overthink it. Go there. Okay, you gotta backtrack it. All right, now lock in. Oh, enemy bishop was hanging. What are you doing? Okay. That's okay. So now he's thinking, no, what is he thinking? I don't know. Oh, he's thinking, I move my rook, and then pawn's going to, and then queen's going to come and capture. Man, you're good. You're playing real well, man. But guess what? I can flip a switch. It's not a switch you want to see flipped. On top of like my chess hat symbolizing leaving dog mode and into chess mode. Maybe I need to get like some eye black, like you see the athletes wear to block the sun. Obviously, there's no sun in my eyes right now, but anything I can do to get a mental edge, I'm not above it. Tell me how you love me. You know you're at the top and on the heavens right above, and we are. It's your money, money. Lil Wayne would be a fun person to play chess with, man. I saw him on. I got real into the Masked Singer, and Lil Wayne was like one of the first to get voted off, which is crap because Lil Wayne's Lil Wayne. That's surprising as hell, but a great lesson also. One, judges are finicky on those shows. Two, okay, so now he's got access to that pawn, and then he's gonna go there, and then I go there. What are you doing? I don't really know that I think I'm following you here. And two, there's a reason they play the games. That reason would be, that's not good. It's okay. Because there are Cinderella stories every day. And as you'll learn from watching my podcast, okay, there goes my knight. That's not a great thing. No, okay, then you're gonna go and take my pawn, but you won't because my queen's gonna get you. Okay. Easy. I gotta wrap this up. Then I'm going into complete silent mode. Try to salvage this game here. But yeah, something about their Cinderella stories every day, and probably something clever. Where I was going with that was something about and the glass shoe fits. I don't know. It's a little cheesy, but again, my job search is killing my preparation time, and it's really sucking because I don't really want to waste time preparing. I just want to kick people's ass in chess all day long. Okay, enemy goes there. Okay, so if enemy's taken there, that'd be bad for me. So that's number one. We got to defend that. And I don't love that I'm gonna lose that pawn, but I don't love getting checkmated on move 26 against a weaker enemy. So we got to do it. Okay, take my pawn. It's not personal. You're not a bad person. You're not a good person. I just don't know you. You're just the enemy right now. All right. Advance some of these pawns, man. Okay. So now your options are to either advance that pawn up, or you can slide this queen back, which might be the better approach. Because then, played a really defensive opening and middle game, and then you tried to get into attack mode late, and it's not going well. So let's bring the queen back, play a little bit of defense, get him comfortable. Kind of like, I'm a big Usher fan. And when COVID hit, I also became an even bigger music fan. Usher's real good with music. I like music also. Usher can sing. I listen to Usher. I think of what you're seeing right now is what I would assume is the spell most females would fall under when Usher starts singing to him, which is enemy he thinks I'm just done. I'm just giving up on this game, and it's just not something I can salvage. And and just like some women probably think that, they're not going to mm, leave their husbands for Usher, and I bet a lot do. Okay, so enemy takes my rook, and I'm taking enemy queen. Enemy takes. Okay, so really, I see. No, that's okay, because if enemy rook wants to capture, and my rook wants to capture, my rook would capture, and then queen wants to capture my rook, my knight's stealing your queen. Oh, you're thinking pawn. I see. You jerk. Man, enemies these days, man. What are you gonna do, right? So you either gotta do that, or you can move your queen or your knight. Okay, and then you don't want to do that. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay. And my rook captures. I got to move my queen in a way that also defends my bishop. Okay, that's fine. Or somehow threaten his. Is it worth that? No, it's not. You can't do that. Okay. No, and my rook's going to come up and challenge my bishop probably. I don't know why I'm whispering. I was thinking about Usher, and probably that's what makes something attractive about Usher. I don't know why I do things, guys, but okay. I can't move my rook though, man. Gosh darn it, you're playing well. You're not supposed to do that. Okay, 333. Finish it off. Finish it off would imply that you've been playing well and you've not. Okay. Anyway, let's go there. Okay. You thinking there? I'm thinking no. That will then protect our F pawn. All right, use your time well. Enemy rook wants to go there. Challenge my bishop. That way you got a queen and rook on my bishop. I'll have to retreat my queen somehow. We're probably going to go there and sacrifice our bishop in exchange for a rook, or at least offer that exchange. Sometimes people say no in life. You get denied. You never know if you never try. He doesn't want to take my offer. Okay. Go there. My knight's protecting. So queen's got to backtrack somehow. Probably goes there. Rook's coming up. I don't like that rook. It's sneaky. Where is he going to move his queen to? You can't move it that. You can't move it laterally that way. You can't go there. Yeah, okay. So now you got that. Okay, you can have that. Because my knight would capture, of course. Now you can just start advancing your pawns, but I need to also. Okay. If we can get enemy queen to move somewhere, we can capture enemy c pawn. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. And then that to the arch it. So enemy captures there. Got to retreat it back. Okay. It's all right. So a rook. This pawn can't advance at this point in time. Queen can't capture rook. or queen can't capture your pawn. Knight would screw your queen up. You can capture my pawn, which would be logical, but you're not going to do it because I'm going to steal your rook. Okay, good call. Now you got problems, my friend. It's the only move that could have hung you in this game, or let me stay in this game, rather. And you made it. I'm going to exploit it. Ooh, thank you for the fighting chance, my friend. No, don't do that to me. Go there. You're not. No. Man, dude. No, then you're going to steal my. No. Okay, just use your time. If you run out of time, it's not only cowardly. No, you idiot. No, that's okay. You don't want to be trading queens when you're down material. That's real bad. Okay, rook. Can't go there. We've got you covered. We can go there, but then we've got pawn. Man, he's going to get a queen. Okay. Trying to move. Get out of here, rook. Enemy rook's wanting to come in that alley. That's fine. All right. Let's go there. We got to sell it. We got to keep our pawn alive here. We don't have any choices there. If we lose our pawn, we're really done for. Rook's going to come down. Ah, shoot. You know what you're doing, don't you? I don't like it when they know what they're doing. Okay, use your time better. Use your time. That queen off that back rank. If I can get to that side. Nah, man, this isn't good. Okay. Rook comes down. Use your time well. Start moving your king up and watch out for enemy forks. Remember, there I have a fork in the road of my life and be defending against a fork in chess. Don't like it. Okay. He wants to go there. Gosh, just use your time well, man. Man, this is bad. It's all right. We'll lose our bishop. I don't like him that much anyway. I'm more of a queen guy. Man. Or more of a knight guy, sorry. Is there any way you can hand me this game? Is it possible? Nah, it's not. But I'm a dreamer. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Basically rolling rooks, but instead of 2 rooks, he's got a queen to torture me even more. Rolling rooks is where it's the most torturous checkmate one can experience. Okay. And that's because even the most beginner level chess athlete could roll some rooks and checkmate somebody. Unfortunately, you're about to see me possibly be a victim of the rolling rooks / rolling rook and queen. My goodness. But again, that's why you never resign a chess duel. I'm going to throw my laptop out the window and break it on the ground viciously. Gosh, what are you doing? And then be mad at myself for doing that because I had no money to buy a new one, and then I can never play chess again. And that little bit of anger that I didn't control is certainly not worth never getting to play chess again. It's not at all. Okay. But that's the anger I'm feeling right now after not playing well again. And use your time well. And hopefully you'll get lucky and they'll do something stupid. Enemies do stupid stuff sometimes. But you're doing a lot of stupid stuff at the moment, so you don't have a ton of room to talk. Yeah, then you can fork and that's terrible. Now you can fork and take your king. Yeah, that works too, I guess. Trade rooks, sure. Yeah, you're fine. Enemy, man. Played well. I played poorly. It's the only way enemies are going to hang with me. If I play poorly. If I play at the top of my game, I can hang with any enemy. I'm not scared. I didn't play at the top of my game for this enemy. Okay? Can't you just, you jerk, man. I hate when you do this stuff. Gosh darn it. Okay. 5 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. I should. Sometimes the only way to just absolutely for sure guarantee there would be no stalemate draws is to resign, which is the only thing more cowardly than a stalemate draw. Okay. If he was sharing his video like I am right now, and you could see enemy's face right now, he's thanking God that I ran out of time. Because I don't know what viewers might see on this board right now, on the screen that I'm sharing, but I see a lot of opportunities for a comeback and a clock that just didn't offer me the luxury of time to mount that comeback and execute it. Clearly, my play was not the concern during that duel. It was my clock management. There are very few chess athletes, chess podcast hosts who would still stand strong and confident in the face of an overwhelming material disadvantage. Y'all know I'm one of them. I wasn't scared. I ran out of time. Don't mistake it. I was just about ready to really flip into high gear and turn that game around. But look, I see where one might say my soundproof phone booth investment could be an excuse because, yeah, a lot of people get good at chess without soundproof phone booths. Look, the world's full of people who make excuses. And I take accountability for my failures, which is why I accept full responsibility for that lesser talented enemy defeating me right there. Put 2 minutes back on the clock. I'll kick his ass. It's all right. A loss is a loss. Shake it off. I think I told y'all I'd share my. I'm 3 wins. I already started to say it now. You could look at my game history from today and see I did have a stalemate draw. Or no, I think it was a draw by repetition actually, or something like that. I don't know if it was a stalemate draw for sure. I had some sort of draw today, but I believe I was 3-0 going into the podcast recording today. So I'm 3-1-1. And my previous success today is due to, like I said, switched up my training style, guys. I don't have my notebook on me, and I'm lazy. I'll sing and dance and burn all kinds of energy that way, sweat like that, but I'm not gonna go walk 20 feet to the other room to grab my chess notebook, which is like, it's a 3-subject, big page notebook. And it's filled with chess dual notes. I'm visual. If I write it down, I'll probably remember it. And so I'll write down my 2 goals, like I verbalize them on the podcast. And then after that game, I'll either go walk my dog now that I have my new plateau breaking routine. I'll either go walk her, and I'll have my stopwatch for like a certain amount of time while I walk Nova. And that way she's happy because I take my hat off for those walks. Yay, Nova! And then when I come back, she goes back to the backyard and the hat comes back on. We're playing some chess again. And so then when I'm done with that little reflect and little break, walking my dog, I come back, and only then do I analyze my mistakes. That way the game has time to sink in, and I'm not really actively analyzing my performance, because I know when I come back, I'm gonna analyze it real good. And that's helped me make a little bit of progress, because I sensed a plateau coming. Kind of like my sense of anticipation before a plateau comes to ruin my chess performance is similar to a parent who loves their child so much that if that child's hurting, they can sense it in a dream. Like if that child's studying abroad and they just get that sense, a nightmare, that their child's in pain and they're right. How did they predict that? Or how did they sense that when they weren't there? Is it magic? No, it's love. And the love some parents feel for their kids. Probably not the best of the best parents, because the best of the best parents in the world, like the top 10 to 12% of parents, they probably love their children more than I, Dayton Carr, love the game of chess. A little bit more. And then there's about that bottom 90 or 88 percentile who either flip a coin or you can just put it down. I love chess way more than they love their kids. Same thing. I can just feel it coming. Like the weekend said, I feel it. I feel that plateau coming. And proactively get it out of my life. Man, I do hate that y'all had to see a loss. It won't happen again. Ever. On the podcast at least, because I won't post another loss ever. I'll just re-record. That's why I record on Mondays now. And once I get some income figured out and a job lined up to where I don't have to spend time applying and I can set a schedule, I'll just set like an hour aside every single day after work, after I walk Nova and we party a little bit, and talk about her feelings, because she does have feelings and emotions, and she talks about them and she articulates her thoughts, my pup Nova, in a very incredibly concise manner. It's impressive. But each day I'll just set aside Monday through Friday. I'll have my plan for the podcast early Monday morning. That's when I do my best thinking. I'll get up early before work because chess is just about as important. And then I'll execute that plan for the weekly podcast on Monday. If I get a bad result, not like me singing songs and stuff, the important result, if I lose, I'll re-record. Y'all will never know I lost, because again, if you watch my channel, unless you go back to the previous weeks or this one, all you're going to see is W's, baby. A lot of wins coming up. And this is a point that I'm going to probably reiterate on just about every podcast in a different story and creative way. It's the only way it sticks. Like if you ask someone, hey, will you do this? And they say, yeah. No, you got to say it at least twice in a different way before they wake up and realize what they're committing to. You don't want to yes just because, oh yeah, he said yes, he'll do it. That's counterfeit. You want a yes that's focused and engaged. So that's why I'm reiterating a major point for this podcast, which is this story. My junior year of college. That's not good for my brain anyway. It's definitely slow my chest thought processes. So let's get that fixed. That's embarrassing. My junior year of college, after a lot of thought, I walked into the local guitar store and I signed up for guitar lessons. I almost quit guitar because of those lessons. I did, and then I kind of picked it back up. It's like coming out of retirement. Not like Rob Gronkowski. I was going to hang up guitar forever. Except for Rob Gronkowski's had a lot more success with football than I had guitar. You get my point. But my instructor was the reason I wanted to quit guitar forever, because all he did was play himself. And I knew he was good. He didn't do anything besides play guitar. But if I wanted to pay money to have a guitarist play in front of me, I'd buy tickets to a concert. It's not the point of lessons. I tried to tell him that, but he didn't listen, so I left. Stormed out of there. But the dude, I won't say his name because that's disrespect. He wasn't a bad guy. He just didn't respect my time. But like, the instructor's name, we'll call him Jim Bob, because obviously that's not a real name. If there's anyone out there named Jim Bob, I do apologize. So Jim Bob, my fake name for my guitar instructor. So Jim Bob was getting into like all the scales and stuff, and he was like soloing. He was doing. And he was incredible at it, which is why I wanted to punch him. So after I stopped taking lessons from Jim Bob on guitar, I missed music. I felt I had a little bit of potential. So I want to say maybe Craigslist, someone, my mom or grandpa, bought me Keith Urban's 30 Songs in 30 Days CD. And Keith Urban takes, like super easy songs and then makes them even easier for beginners. So like, and Keith teaches you the basic chords. And Keith basically dumbs down the guitar so much where you truly can learn to be a pretty decent guitarist in 30 days. Like, you learn 4 chords, you can play a lot of songs on the guitar. It's really easy to get decent at something like guitar. Like, 4 chords, you can be like, what can you do with 4 chords? It's kind of, capo is like the thing in bowling that you see the little kids use, or gutters, to where you can't mess up, and it makes it really easy. So capo, you can also play those same chords that I was just playing Tim McGraw's Shotgun Rider. You can go or you can go, what else? You can do a lot of stuff, man. You can actually do some Keith Urban. You can go. And those are the same, minor C, just in a different, slide it up. I have a step or two. And you can get real decent on guitar, and you can impress some of your girls in your school or whatever. I never tried. I never did. I never really do that. But I've heard girls like guitar, and so you can learn those chords pretty quickly and play at a campfire and be decent. And that's where I can play those chords easily. And what Keith doesn't show you a lot on those 30 for 30s CDs that he did, which is how I learned primarily, is yeah, Keith can strum some chords, believe it or not. He can still strum. Keith Urban, country singer. But yeah, Keith can also do. And now I kind of can. I understand my pentatonic scales and a little bit of music theory. Like, you know, that's an A minor pentatonic scale, and that's a root note. That's a root, and then I get a little bit of the concepts around, you know, relative major and minor. So an A minor pentatonic scale, an A minor's relative major is always going to be 3 half steps up. So A is the root, A sharp is the root, B, now C. So the relative major of an A minor note or an A minor pentatonic scale would be a C major. So C major. And that's my point. I know at least one position that Keith Urban knows. But I ain't Keith Urban. But he's really good. I've seen him in concert. Keith's impressive. Once COVID clears up, I suggest you go see Keith Urban. Same way with the point I'm trying to make with chess, so no grandmasters get offended and consider me even somewhat threatening or disgracing how talented they are, because I know they're way more talented and they put more hours in. Yeah, I can do a lot of things on the guitar now because I learned from Keith Urban. And it didn't take a ton of time to get to where I'm at on the guitar. But to get from where I'm at on the guitar to Keith Urban is a whole nother ballgame that would take so much dedicated practice and more natural talent. And it's the same, once again, exact way on the chessboard. I was watching earlier today what's the big chess event going on? Carlson was talking on it, and I saved it. What is it? I don't want to misspeak here. The candidates tournament. I was watching that and some breakdowns from that earlier today, and just like my music understanding to Keith Urban's, it's night and day. And those grandmasters were analyzing positions so quickly and competently that it made me want to go and quit chess, just like I quit guitar briefly. But just like my guitar addiction, I could never stay away from chess very long. So you'll see me bounce back from this loss. I'll come back stronger next week. To wrap it up, we'll wrap it up real quick. So just like I said, I'm not half as good at Keith Urban when it comes to guitar playing. I'm not half or a third as good as any grandmasters out there. But if I ever get to play him, I'm going to convince myself I am for that game. I'm going to walk and talk like it. And that's the message in this week's takeaway. Job market sucks right now. I'm learning that myself. And there's some jobs that I've applied for that I don't deserve. I'm not that good. I'm not that qualified. But I'm going to walk in that interview like I am. And if you have an interview coming up and you're nervous and you see the candidates are way more prepared, or you think they are, and you just don't think you stand a chance, walk back out of that interview waiting room into your car, yell like a maniac at the top of your lungs until you are overconfident, And then you'll probably tone it down just a little bit when you get into the actual interview, because you're not a lunatic, probably. And then, even if you fail and bomb that interview, at least you bomb that interview with some confidence. And if you beat out your more talented competitors for that job after you perform well in that interview, hey, they might not realize you just got lucky, and your confidence that you faked might impress them so much that they'll assume you're just that good. Same approach I'll take once I start playing real chess athletes. Fake it till you make it, and I'll fake it as long as I have to, because I'm gonna make it. All right. And that also helps you. You don't get discouraged. It's hard to get discouraged when you're yelling and excited, and I ain't gonna lose ever again. You see how that works? Do I look like I'm burnt out or worried or anxious about my next chess duel? No, I'm gonna humiliate my next person, next enemy. And what that mindset does, keeps you driven, and it keeps you hungry. I won't stop until I'm the best. All right. I just realized I spilled some Pepsi on my saxophone, but I'm struggling with the saxophone now that I don't have as much free time. Especially with like the minor notes. I don't know if I'll ever play the saxophone on this podcast. Not because I don't want to play the saxophone or I don't think I can learn. My Pepsi spilled all over the saxophone. I don't have the money to buy a new one. Probably wondering what I'm gonna do with this, huh? I really don't know yet. I'm gonna do something though. All right. If there were ever a podcast to miss, it's going to be next week's. But 2 weeks from now, April 30th, yeah. You're not going to want to miss April 30th. Yeah, you'll see. All right. See you guys. That's what I was going to do with that. And I caught it. Surprised when I act like I'm not that confident. I never told you that I wasn't sure I was going to catch that behind the back king piece with the overreach without looking. You'll never would have known. Looks like I've done it 1,000 times. That's my first successful catch there.